Thanks.
Take it. Good afternoon. I hope everyone's doing well today. We'll give it a few seconds to let some people join us as we're going live here. While we're doing that, just a quick reminder that we are in the middle of the U.S. Census, and we do want to be sure that everyone gets counted with that. So if you need some resources, need to know where to go to take the census, or looking about what the different questions are, visit our website, which is greensboro-nc.gov/census, and that's going to take you to a really great page. It's going to give you a lot of different information on what the census is, how the information is used, all those different things. So we really hope that you'll take a moment today and look at that. And if you haven't completed the census yet, that you'll go ahead and get that completed. It takes about 5 minutes. It was super quick. So we hope that you guys will take that with us. My name is Jennifer Hance. I'm the Community Engagement Coordinator with Greensboro Parks and Recreation. And we are super excited because it is the Great Greensboro Camp-In week. And today is our second day of activities that are going to show you how to get outside or inside and camp. So I have two guests with me today. You know Miss Shelley.
Hi.
Miss Shelley works with our youth services, and we have a new guest over here, Kristen Herndon. She is our newest facility coordinator with our recreation centers. So you're going to see them with me all week, which is really exciting. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to them. Today we're going to show you how to do 3 different types of structures that you can sleep in. We're going to do a tent, we're going to do tarps, and then we're going to do a blanket fort, which I'm very proud of. So I'm going to turn it on over to them and get started.
Okay, so first we're going to learn how to set up just a normal tent. Now if you have a tent, most likely you maybe already know how to set one up, but we're going to go over it. Most tents that you buy from like REI, Target, Amazon Prime, they're most likely all going to come with a set of poles. We've kind of already set up those poles to make it a little bit easier to for us to move through things here, but just to give you an idea here, the poles can come in and out very easily. They also break down pretty easily. There's usually a bungee there, but this one's kind of broken. But I'm going to stick this back in here. This is kind of just an old school A-frame pole tent. So Shelly's going to help me out, and we're going to go ahead and stick these little hooks at the bottom inside each of the poles.
And as Kristen mentioned, this might not be the type of tent you have, and that's okay. They have some different tents that you can like literally just pull out and go like that, and they pop up.
They pop up.
Yep.
There's just a lot of different variations on tents, but we just wanted to give you an idea of what it was like to set up a tent.
And it's really simple from there. We just start hooking and looping things around so the tent kind of sticks up in that A-frame. Got one more hook over here. And I think we've got it. I think, Shelly, if we can, we turn it. Is the front on that side?
There's a zipper right here.
Oh yeah, there it is.
It's a hidden door.
And there you have it.
And so if you're outside and it gets windy, you may want to stake your tent down. So that's what these little loops are here for, so you can take a tent stake and push it in the ground and keep your tent from blowing away.
That would be kind of awkward if your tent flew away.
Yeah.
It's happened
It's
to
happened
us.
though.
Has it? Yeah.
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 Yeah. Your tent may even come with a fly. We didn't do a fly today, mostly because it's just a little bit more work and it's not raining. We have beautiful weather.
Yeah.
But if it were to rain, or if you were going camping, you'd want to put the fly tarp on top of the tent.
Keeps you dry.
Yeah. And the weather is looking beautiful for Saturday, so we're really excited about that.
Yay.
All right, so we're going to go on over here.
Yay. All right. So this particular tarp is already set up. If you,
I don't know. In this bag?
They're right there.
yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot I moved them.
Make
So
sure to speak
this one, if you don't have like P-cord, then you can just use bungees and put those around the tree and through like the loops, or if you have a regular tarp, just the grommets in them. But it does help to have tent stakes, which I have some here, and when I do this, I'm just gonna pull it out right here and put the loop part facing away from the structure and push it into the ground really good. And then I'm going to tie my cord around. And this fun little knot is called a taut line hitch. So you just loop it over, make your first over the main part of the cord, and then we'll just loop it 3 more times. So 1, 2, 3. And so we've got our loop at the top, and then we're gonna bring the rest of it, what's up here, down from the bottom,
Might want to talk a little louder.
and feed it up. Just like that. And so this is a really cool knot because if it's a little bit loose, you can pull on that main part and actually tighten your string. So then we'll just make a little knot below it just to kind of help it hold and not fall back down, and then a little knot above it for the same purpose.
So could people do this with any kind of rope that they might have at their house?
Larger rope makes it a little bit harder to do. I don't see why it wouldn't work. Mostly, like I happen to have the loop right here, but if you have a grommet, it would just need to make sure that it fits through the grommet. Yeah. All right, and then we'll show you on a regular tarp as well, another way to do it.
Now there was a question about the tenting. Do you need to put a tarp underneath it to keep it from getting wet?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the way that this is set up right now is really just as like a shade type shelter. And so we've just got it, you know, if you want to sleep under it, get one of those like painter's tarp things, works just fine. Just a piece of plastic sheeting, and that will really help. So Kristen, you can go ahead and
For
tie
the regular
around.
tent there too, yeah, it's always a good idea to put a tarp underneath the tent, dewy mornings, just in case there is rain. You want to make sure that you stay dry while you're sleeping.
Yeah. So we're just gonna tie around a couple of times. I'm gonna do just a loose tie around it just so I can do a slip knot, which is just easier to undo. So I've just held it a little bit here and tied around my tree a couple of times. And then I'm just gonna pull this up, but not all the way through. And see, and that holds pretty well. But do whatever knot works for you. It's comfortable. Did the tree hit you in the head?
Yes, you hit me with the tree.
Oh, and I just broke a branch.
I think it has other things to worry about.
And so if somebody doesn't have like 2 trees that are close together like this, could we do, if somebody had a deck, they could maybe tie it like in the corner of their deck to the post?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
And you could also take, if you had like a really tall stick or something, like a broom handle or something, you could rig that up to pull from as well.
Like a basketball goal, yeah.
yeah, so it doesn't have to be trees, which is the cool thing. You can really get creative with this, which is kind of the fun in it, to be honest.
And so Kristen can take hers and stake it down in the grass back there. But like if you had something tall and you wanted to pull a string up higher, then you could have like a lean-to kind of thing like this. Or like when she went up just then, you could have just a taller structure. But again, it's kind of the same structure as that. So same kind of deal, put the stake down and then tie the knot around.
And we also put up
You got it anchored down on this side.
Yeah. Not with the knot that Shelly used.
Not the fancy knot.
That knot, but
Well, in the comments, the city has actually put a website reference for some
perfect.
well-known tent knots.
Perfect.
I need to
Alright.
brush up on my knot making.
All right, so we'll just leave this one like that and then move on over to our next structure.
Oh, Jennifer's
Guys,
favorite.
This is like my territory because I'm not a big camper. But, so if you are like me and you think, oh my goodness, camping, I don't want to go outside, you don't have to. There's a couple options. The tent that Kristen set up over there could easily be set up in your living room. It could be set up in your garage. It could be set up in your bedroom. So, I mean, you can take an actual tent and set it up in your house, which is a really cool idea. You can also take one of these tarps and set it up in your house. There's a lot of different things you can do. But if you want to go to the more sort of creative side, you can make a blanket fort. So, blanket fort.
Dun, dun, dun.
The four of us, because Melody is here too, we made this blanket fort and we are very proud of it. We're not quite done, but we wanted to give you a starting idea of how you could do this. So what we did is we have a picnic table here, and we utilized the picnic table because we're outside. Normally you'd want to do a fort inside most likely, because if it's real windy it'll blow away. But we found this lovely cone and we use that as a high point for us. We also have multiple chairs that we have used underneath here. We have a sign that we use. So we have a lot of different things to prop things up. You can, when you're in your house, you can go off your couch, your coffee tables, your different chairs in the house. You can put things up on bookshelves. Just be careful that you don't break something. You definitely want to have mom and dad's help, or grandma and grandpa, whoever's with you. You want their help with this. So we left a few things open. What we did is we tried to close it off, but we have this blanket here that we're going to use as our front door. So as you can see, we sort of have this open area here. We're just going to sort of put that over. It's a little bigger, but it's okay. It all works in the games of forts. As you can see, if you want to come sort of zoom in here, it might not always stick together, especially if you're outside and it's windy. So we have some clothespins here. We also, Kristen, can you grab those binder clips? Yep. We also rated our office supply cabinet, and we have some binder clips. So you can be really creative with how you do this. Shelly and I are going to put another section on that we're going to put up to the tree here. So we have sheets that we're using, we have blankets, and then you can also use a towel. Really, you can use whatever you want. So Kristen, I might get your help too. Yep. Usually a fort is a multiple person job. So we're going to go, let me pull this over here a little bit. Okay. Because we're going to go right here. And I'm going to grab this binder clip. And we're just going to sort of clip it onto itself. If you don't have a clip for this, you can just tie it in a knot. So we could have pulled it a little further and tied it in a knot, and that wouldn't have been a big deal. With this, we can clip it over to the tree. I'm not sure if we can quite get there.
Got one more clip.
Oh, here's another clip. If we can't quite get it there, it's not a big deal. It can just sort of hang down, and that can be the back of our fort.
Yep.
If you want to look inside, I'm not going to crawl in. I'm going to let
I would.
Shelly is.
Shelly will do it. I'm like, Shelly will do it.
So let's go down. There's the inside of our fort. We actually have a stick there because you can see it's a little low in the middle. So we have a stick. That's okay. Our door fell. Not a big deal.
We get to build it again.
Right. Like Kristen said, when it falls down, we just get to build it again, which is super fun. So as a result, now we have a high point in there, and it's super easy to sit down.
Or lay down.
If you want. I always recommend in your forts that you have pillows.
Yeah.
You have stuffed animals.
You have snacks.
Snacks are the most important thing. Let's just be honest.
We gotta stay hydrated too.
Yeah.
So don't
Lights.
forget your water.
You gotta have your water. Oh,
Fun
lights.
lights.
Lights are fun. So if you have some
Flashlight.
lights, you can plug into the wall and do that.
Flashlights.
Flashlights are awesome.
You can tell fun stories.
Yeah.
You guys, later in the week we'll get to hear some fun ghost stories. And so build your cool forts or your tents or whatever, and get ready for some fun ghost stories.
So as you can see, there's multiple ways that you can build a tent for our Great Camp-In this weekend. So we really hope that you'll join us on Saturday. We're going to start at 6:30 p.m. for the Great Greensboro Camp-In, either with your tent, with your tarp, or with your fort, whichever you prefer. We want to see pictures of those. As you can see, I'm not gonna lie, I might have taken a picture of our fort and put it on my Facebook page already because I'm really proud of it. So we want to see the pictures of your tents and your forts because we know that you guys are gonna be really proud of those as well. So get your thinking caps on if you don't have that tent at home, and just be creative and really have a lot of fun with it. So tomorrow, assuming it's not too windy, we might have to switch our days up a little bit, but if it's not too windy, tomorrow we're gonna learn how to build a fire. So right now we are on a no burn notice in Greensboro. So when we build these fires, you're gonna have to have it in a container. So we have fire pits that ours are gonna be in, but you can't do any fires right now on the ground, okay? So we wanna be sure that when we're building these fires, you're using a fire pit or container of some kind to be able to do that. And we'll talk more about that tomorrow. But then if you're gonna do a fort and be inside, we're gonna show you how to do a faux fire. So you'll need some construction paper and some scissors and some sticks. That's all you'll need for that, and some glue. So we'll put that up on our Facebook page tomorrow for you though. So thank you guys so much for joining us today and building some forts and tents with us. We really appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.